All right.
Here we
Probably will
go.
never get uploaded.
Hello
anyway.
everyone, Guang here. I'm thrilled to be back with you all again.
Guang guang.
Here, a new map, new mode.
Ooh, new map.
Welcome to
The new map is
Season
for the new
8.5
mode, if you
of
couldn't
Marvel
guess.
Rivals.
Okay,
Following
yeah, I
the
figured.
defeat of Alchemax Corporate Raiders, Jean Grey led the X-Men on a daring raid against Alchemax to rescue
So for
Cyclops.
people watching the video, I've already
What a
seen
nice-
this.
Upon fighting
What nice shots.
Alchemax to rescue Cyclops.
Good job, Neddies.
Lovely.
However, upon fighting
Anyways, I was trying to say, for the sake of the video, I've already seen every single thing here. This is for their reaction, not mine.
him, they discovered
Gotcha.
that prolonged exposure to chromium has left his eyes permanently open, unable to shut off his optic blasts. Scott desperately needed a vessel capable of absorbing infinite energy to stabilize his eyes. Meanwhile,
sounds horrible.
Jean's Phoenix
Yeah.
Force, previously crippled by now, was starved and severely weakened. In a heartfelt embrace, the two provided exactly what the other needed, finally giving
Yes.
the X-Men the reunion they deserved. In Season 8.5, Cyclops
Yep, no
reunites
surprise.
with
Yeah,
his
no,
boyfriend
that was good.
in Marvel Rivals. Operating as a duelist, the fearless
Cyclops.
leader of the X-Men enters the fray to unleash devastating optic blasts. In combat, Cyclops can fire powerful beams to strike enemies head-on, or precisely calculate ricochets of the environment and enemies, leaving foes hiding in the backline
Oh boy,
or
Ricochet,
behind
Squirrel
cover
Girl?
nowhere to run. He can also uniquely weaponize the
Not
kinetic recoil
quite.
of his blasts to gracefully wave through the
White
battlefield
Fox?
and
more like-
secure the
Primary, kind of?
perfect vantage point.
Yeah, it's kind of
When
more
he
like Moon
unleashes
Knight.
his
It's not
ultimate
random. You
ability,
control it.
Ah, okay.
So,
removes all power
Ooh.
inhibitors.
but
unleashing
except
an
there's no on. You can do it off the environment or other people. So you
Gotcha.
control where it is. But we'll talk about that.
Geometry
that
time.
obliterates
Yes.
everything in its path. With this update,
Yeah, so you're thinking, oh, okay. Yeah. They're gonna add Cyclops to the Phoenix team.
we are removing
That is what I would
Wolverine from
assume.
the Primal Flame team up. Instead,
No.
Wolverine and
They're
What?
gonna team up with Wolverine.
What the freak?
So
Okay, not what I expected, but you know,
So-
I'm just glad that Widow and Phoenix still have their team up because it's such a funny one.
yeah, so no lovers team up, and so we got gay lovers team.
Cyclops will hold a
Well, it is
brand new
Pride
team
Month,
up.
so
Last stage,
Yeah, Blast Slash is the team up. I won't lie.
Cyclops serves
Obviously,
as the anchor
he's the anchor.
When activated,
Mhm.
Cyclops supercharges Wolverine's adamantine claws with concentrated kinetic energy, granting Logan a massive boost to his melee attack range for a set duration.
I like how they say massive boost to his attack range. He still has to be like right there. I don't
Yeah,
see
that-
him
that-
at
Yeah.
that didn't seem like that big of a
like a
difference.
1 meter
Sure.
boost. What? Here's the cool part about the team up. Watch this.
Additionally, Wolverine's vicious rampage ability
That's his right click where that's on like a 3-second cooldown where you just move
Mhm.
forward a little.
Ooh.
will be replaced by kinetic claws,
Watch
allowing
this.
Logan to spin and slash
Beyblade.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
while
Gosh.
dashing forward.
Oh
dealing
yeah.
continuous
Okay,
damage
Yeah,
to
that
those
part's
roving
really fucking
enemies.
cool.
that is.
Season 8.5
That's so
introduces
cool.
a massive new game
Beyblade,
mode
Beyblade.
All right,
let it
yeah.
rip.
So here's the new game mode, new map.
alongside its
It's an
Bounty
eight-
new map,
annihilation.
Yeah, it's an 18v18
Shenlong Arena.
new
After
type
a
of
long
mode.
delay,
The map
the
looks so
legendary
freaking cool.
tournament of the
Ooh,
Heavenly Cities
it does.
has officially commenced. Following a grueling series of preliminaries, the immortal weapons have reached the finals to test their might and might. Will Lin Lie prove himself worthy of the Iron Fist title? And who is the mysterious assassin that slew Shine
Okay.
Spider? Stay
I'm
tuned
Spider?
to find out.
Rival Summer Festival 2026.
Oh boy.
I genuinely thought it was gonna be
So-
season 9.
Brand new holiday
But
event
we're getting
for all
season 8.
players, the Rival Summer Festival. Following the June 18th update, players can complete a series of events,
That's next week, by the way.
including daily logins,
Mhm.
to end up to
2,500 units, baby.
I am
We've
so
also prepared
grateful.
A fresh batch of highly
All right, here.
Oh, yeah.
Take
so
a gander.
cute.
So
Strange has one.
yeah, we got one for
Strange
Strange.
looks really nice.
We got Emma. We got Cloak and Dagger.
First Emma skin that actually looks okay. It's
Yeah.
a miracle.
We got Spider-Man. We got Mr.
Dagger
Fan.
looks really nice.
We got-
I love Cloak's like water legs. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah,
notice that.
that's really cool.
Yeah, and there's Spider-Man and Mr. Fantastic as well.
I'm glad Mr. Fantastic got one because he was left out last year.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's not the most interesting.
That's okay.
Special costumes.
I love
Yeah.
Cloak and Daggers.
All right,
Yeah,
there's
Cloak and
It's
Daggers
so
is really good.
cute.
so
Oh, I actually really like the Lady Loki one.
yeah, there's the Lady Loki one. Daredevil got one.
That Black Widow skin, I kind of want it.
I won't lie, it's pretty damn good.
That's a really good one.
Also,
Oh, lordy.
Captain America looks like a fucking idiot, by the way.
I was
He
gonna say
does.
I don't really like caps.
I like Daredevil's though. His is really nice.
He's a lifeguard. That's what he looks
Mhm.
like. And White Fox is actually. People are saying, "Oh, White Fox." You know, I'm like, "What did it even look good?" They actually made one that looks good. I wasn't expecting it to.
Mhm. I just wish it was blue, but I still really like it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the ones from last year, the ones that were legendary had recolors. So if it's a legendary one, it'll have
True,
recolors.
I won't be surprised if it has a recolor.
Yeah.
For new lineup of heroes.
I just still find it hilarious that Widow of all characters is getting one.
Bay Beach.
I
I think
know,
it's-
yeah.
I think it's crazy to say, but the Widow one might be my favorite one actually.
Heroes. Snap some gorgeous photos, hang out on the sand, or even take a dip in the ocean. We hope you make a splash and capture some incredible summer memories in Marvel Rivals.
I won't be able to because I have mods.
From June 12th to June 26th, the highly anticipated 616 Day Vault
Oh,
opens
God.
its doors once again. We are bringing back the limited time costumes
no.
and events from July to September
Oh,
of
no.
2025.
Wait, why are you
This
saying oh
includes
no?
previous
Because there's these new summer skins and they're bringing back the old ones.
You gotta pick and choose.
I know.
swim
Or
special costumes,
hand over like
the summer special
$40,
collections, and more. Keep an eye out.
which I would not like to do.
No.
All right, little update on Path to Doomsday.
I want to take a
Okay.
moment to sincerely apologize. to
What?
you all, while our internal team
Are they
has
apologizing for the
been
Loki event?
They don't directly say it, but basically they're gonna say they're gonna take a little longer to make sure that these next ones are perfect. But they don't. They're implying that yeah, maybe that one didn't go too well.
Ooh.
Well, I'm glad that they at least indirectly acknowledge it.
We've taken a step back for a careful evaluation. We ultimately decided that we want to spend more time polishing
Yeah.
the gameplay experience to meet our standards.
The
Therefore,
last one.
Phase 2 will be delayed until late July, and Phase 3 is being pushed back to mid-October. We deeply appreciate your patience and understanding.
I appreciate
as we
that
work to
they're
make
gonna
this
take more
encounter
time for
as
that because the
epic
Loki
as
one's
possible.
not very good.
Yeah.
Finally,
Yeah.
Studio
Yeah.
is still working hard
Oh
in
boy.
the lab, tweaking the balance number.
Time for everyone to
So
be
please
mad.
keep an eye out
Oh,
for
yeah.
our
No. I think
adjustments
everybody.
announcement coming
I
soon.
think this is the most split I've
Ignite the
seen
battle.
people on the fucking changes ever, and that's saying something. Either
Yeah.
people were very happy or wanted to Molotov cocktail Ji Young's house. It was
To be fair,
so
I feel like
50-50.
that's what happens every time.
No, this is different, but this is different.
Okay, you said it's a lot, right?
So basically, this is like season. I know you didn't. This is this is like Human Torch kind of shit that's happening.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Okay.
Anyways, before we get to that, Cyclops.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclops.
So we'll do.
I like how they did the Jiang not show up because it's a 0.5, or did they just spare him this time?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a bit of both.
Oh no.
Yeah, he didn't want to be caught seen in public for the next few weeks.
Also, like they usually don't put big changes in the 0.5, so this is kind of surprising.
For the balance changes? I mean, they always have balance changes.
I know, it's just
I
they've said
think-
before that they try to not do big changes until like
Yeah,
full
I think it's
seasons.
because the community has been so fucking whiny this last season. Which
Fair enough.
I 100% blame the community for what is happening, and but I especially 100% blame content creators for what's happening. The stuff
Fair
that I
enough.
don't like. But anyways, I'll get to
Yeah.
that when we get to balance changes.
Yeah.
Let's focus on Cyclops.
Let's see
Positives.
Cyclops.
So I'll just let you watch the trailer and then I'll break it down for you. Turn it down a little.
Yeah, it's really loud for some reason.
Yeah. It was already
Oh,
like
wow.
25%. I had to turn it down like 15.
Right on target. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Oh. Okay.
See what I mean by like Moon Knight?
Yeah. So he's just a better Moon Knight.
Alright. Ultimate time.
All right, big laser. Let's go. Yep. Okay.
To me,
Ooh.
my X-Men.
Yep. They had to have him say the thing.
Alright, so let's break it down. So here you can see him doing little snipes. You could,
Hey, he has to reload his eyes. Look at that.
so you can hear there is a crit. You can crit
I
with
heard
the so he's like Iron Man with he has a left click that you tap and a right click that you hold. So he's like
Mhm,
Iron
I
Man in
see
that
that.
regard. His left clicks
And the right click is the one that bounces, it looks like.
So the left clicks, he has 8 charges. They can crit. They're the tap ones. And then he has like 100, I guess it's not like ammo, but like fuel for the right click. And that one's a hold. And it bounces between targets. And from what you can see here, you'll see that
Off my lawn.
get off my lawn. So you'll see here, the Loki is the primary target, then the Moon Knight, and who's at like half health, and there's the Punisher here at like 10 health. So the Moon Knight and the Loki, despite the Moon Knight being at lower health, the Loki and Moon Knight die about the same time. So it seems that the primary target gets the full damage, and then secondary, or maybe even secondary then third, whatever, get less damage. So
That
kind of
makes
like how
sense.
Moon Knight, the primary target, how he has his bounces, the primary target gets full damage,
The
but then
bounces do less.
do
yeah.
less, yes. So that's what it looks like with that. So he's a lot. So his primary, basically his primary and secondary is like Iron Man in the fact that that he's a lot like Moon Knight, but then the way I can describe his movement and also kind of his ultimate to a degree, because you have to line them up, is more like Elsa.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that right there, he did like a little.
That was his
boink.
E.
That was his E ability. It's on a 2-second cooldown, but if you look,
there's
you
2
also
charges.
kind of need to charge it up, and you charge it up by using your right click.
Ah, okay.
That's fun.
Now watch. So actually, we'll go back to the Wolverine part right here.
Right on target.
So he's shooting the hella, then Wolverine dives him, and then he uses his shift to shoot Wolverine away from him while also shooting himself away from Wolverine, which obviously caused Wolverine to fall off the map. but he doesn't shove him back that far. But he himself goes back pretty damn far.
Yeah, he did.
Alright, and then you can see it even better here in this next one. So he gets dived by Blade, and then he goes, "Meow," and you can see it's not a straight line. He can maneuver himself around corners like that.
Ah, okay.
So he got crazy movement with this, the shift ability. It is a
Interesting.
12-second cooldown, though. So if you're playing dive, you gotta wait for him to use that. But then you have 12 whole seconds dive, which is pretty long cooldown time. So he's very vulnerable for
Yeah,
those
that
12
is pretty
seconds.
long.
Obviously, it's like probably one of the craziest poke movements in the game. Like, you know, most poke characters don't have crazy movement like that.
I imagine he's hit scan.
I'm not sure. But,
I would imagine so.
and then one other thing to point out is here, he goes up in the air. That is his F ability.
Yep.
And you can see he actually can hover. And there's like a little stamina bar on the side right here.
Oh, yep.
So you don't have to
Cool.
get up high. You can just, like, you can create your own height.
Extreme force.
But yeah. And then his ultimate... So Groot tries to block him off. The ultimate immediately destroys the wall. And it destroys the background environment here as well, like immediately. So he does this laser kind of at eye level, then shooting up. And then it creates, if you look, there's like this just wake of destruction right here. There's like literally a
The
rip
cracks.
in the battlefield.
yeah.
And then watch this. Boom, it explodes. So if you
That's
don't
so
get out of that
cool.
crack in time, it does a big... So the initial laser, it looks like it only does like 50 damage or something like that. But the big explosion is like the main part. And so if you don't get out of that in time, boom, you're dead. Basically.
That is so cool, though.
That is cool.
Yeah. And then you can see me using the F to get up to a high advantage, obviously, you know, and then lining everyone up and then nuking them all. So, he probably is a lot more he probably is a lot higher of a ceiling because of his movement than other poke duelists, because a lot of them is just aim, you know. Where he is aim but also, like, you know, positioning and movement is a big part of him, like using him maximum, you know, potential.
Random thing, but why is Cerebro so big?
It's massive.
I don't know, Walter.
Does Professor X in this universe have a giant bobblehead?
But yeah, that's Cyclops. He looks pretty damn fun.
He does look fun. I don't think I'll get to play him for a while, though.
But yeah, so that's that.
All right.
I'm going to tell you right now. Just let me read them. Don't try not to read anything, okay? So I
Okay.
can go one by one.
Okay.
All right. So, Blade is getting a buff again.
Another?
Yes, this
Holy
is.
cow.
I don't remember exactly, but this is his 4th set of buffs. I don't know how many he's gotten, but this is probably like buff number 12 for him. Like, 'cause he probably has
Cool.
That's
like sets. So I think the first one was like 3, the next one was like 4, maybe the next one after there was like 3, and now it's 2 more.
Cool. He totally needed more.
And he's still gonna be at the bottom of every freaking stupid streamer's tier list. I can tell you that.
I still saw people
No,
when they were complaining about Storm not getting a summer skin. I saw people complaining like, "Oh, they hate black people in this game. All the black characters suck. Like Blade gets tiny buffs, but he's still bottom of the barrel." I'm like, "How?"
yeah, tiny buffs, tiny buffs. Yeah. So the first
That's
one,
insane.
I'm actually not a fan of.
Really?
Basically, so he has his block ability. The first 0.4 seconds of it, you get like this perfect parry. They're increasing that to 1 second, so they're kind of lowering the floor for Blade, which I don't really like. I as a Souls player, I thought it was fun to like learn the timing of that to get it
that's
perfect.
It's a lot less satisfying.
So now they're
Yeah.
over doubling the time you have to do that. Because I remember, do you remember, Shan, like a long time ago when we were like, I
In
was
practice range,
uh-huh.
and you were saying what you
and
could
I
block.
was like perfect parrying like Jeff ults. Now you can do that with ease. You just got to do it in time. But if you do it, you there's no way you're doing it too early now. You just have to worry about doing it too late. But
I don't like that change.
yeah, it just the fun part about the perfect parry was that it was a perfect parry. Now it's just kind of
Yeah.
an easy parry.
Now it's
So
just a
it's
parry.
lowering the floor. So
Parry
now
the
it's a lot
platypus.
easier to be a good blade. If that wasn't
So basically,
already...
we're cooked.
Yeah. Also, they are upping the damage from his shift
Oh, no.
dash. So basically, before, if you remember, a couple seasons ago, they changed it to where it did less damage, but it applied anti-heal. Now they're upping the damage. So now you have a 4-second anti-heal, but you're going from 52 damage dash to a 70 damage dash. So before, if you hit 2 dash, which I wouldn't recommend doing 2 dashes in a row, but if for whatever reason you did, that would be 104 damage. Now it's 140 damage. So yeah.
Lee.
Okay.
So basically, if you're one of the few people who have brain cells and actually realize Blade is good, you're going to be even better at Blade because he does more damage and easier to parry things.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next, Elsa is getting a small buff. So basically, they're like, okay, maybe we nerfed her too far. Let's do a little bit of course correction. So
Okay.
all they did was for her passive skill where she gets instinct, they basically upped the ratio from damage to instinct. So
Okay.
it's basically a little bit easier to get instinct now.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. She still loses 2 bars of instinct if you kill her. So
Yeah. I think that's fine.
it's just, basically kind of upping her ability to pick back up where she started, but she still, no matter what, will get nerfed if she does.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil got hit pretty damn hard, I won't lie. He got 3 sets of nerfs. And
Oh boy.
people are extremely split about this. Daredevil players are saying he got gutted, and people who don't like Daredevil are saying it's not enough.
No surprise there.
As someone who basically plays most of the characters in this game, and has played every character at least 3 times, I don't really think Daredevil needed a nerf at this point. I thought the nerfs he got last time were fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
mean,
he was at a pretty balanced
He
position.
he's still like can absolutely obliterate Jeff.
but so can
that's just-
almost every character.
Mm-hmm. It's like, as much as I love Jeff, that's fair. So I thought he was fine where he was. He hasn't been banned every game like he was before,
Yeah. So here are the nerfs, and I won't lie, they aren't that bad, but
Uh-huh.
I still
Okay.
think they weren't necessary, or at least 3 nerfs
Yeah, no-
wasn't necessary. So they're reducing his radar sense maximum detection from 50 to 40 meters. So he can't see you for so less than. They're reducing his ability to see people from down 10 meters. So basically, if you're getting shot from 50 meters
That's-
away, you won't be
It's
able
kind of
to.
a lot.
You won't be able to see them. It is kind of a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot.
So they're basically making him more blind. So yay, ableism.
Oh my gosh.
His
At
dash,
least it's lore accurate.
his dash distance is getting really nerfed. It's going from 20 to 12 meters. So you know how you can mark someone and then dash to them? It was 20 meters before. Now it's 12. That's a lot less.
Oh, but Black Cat can dash 60 meters.
Well, let's not talk about that yet. So,
Okay.
and then lastly, his objection. So that's his when he spins his little nunchucks around. 0.3 seconds are getting taken off of that. So basically, he has less
Okay.
time to block, which I thought that part was fine. I think.
Yeah, that
I
I
think
would
the
be
other
fine
two
if it
were
was just that.
yeah. I think the other two were a little much.
Because I will say it's crazy the things he can survive with that block. So
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. The other stuff I don't think needed to be.
Now the next one, I'm actually very happy about. Moon Knight's getting nerfed,
Oh,
which I didn't even expect them to nerf Moon Knight at all.
I didn't think they would either.
Yeah,
they
me
never
neither.
never really touch Moon Knight at all because he's kind
They
of like
don't.
the character everybody plays, you know. So
Are they making his alt charge?
no, not
Higher.
touching his ult at all. Actually, 3 nerfs, no ult touch, but I think that's fine considering what they're doing. So they're nerfing basically his overall. Because here's the thing, Moon Knight's ult actually isn't even like that crazy compared to his basic just abilities. So his abilities like kill people most of the time. Let's be real. And so that's what they're nerfing. So his primary fire shot damage, single shot, because it does ding. So the single shots are doing 2 less damage. But if you think about it, it goes ding. So that's actually like 6 less damage overall per shot,
Very
and he
true.
can fire them pretty fast. So that adds up.
That's really nice.
And his Moonblade, which is kind of the big hitter, you know, that's like the big damage in his kit. They're taking 10 damage off of that, which is pretty big.
Wow. Okay.
So he's going to do a lot less damage, like, you know, because he can spam out his abilities pretty quickly and they bounce, you know. So like
So-
it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're thinking overall, that's a lot less damage. He cannot melt people as fast as he used to, which is
yeah,
good, I
it's
think.
a lot
So-
less.
If he bounces that off an Ankh, how little damage does it do now?
Well, here's the thing. The third nerf is the bounces. So
Oh boy.
when his crescent darts and his moonblade, so his left and right clicks, bounce between enemies or onks, adjusts the damage attenuation per bounce from 80% to 70%. So now instead of basically 80% of the damage, it's going to do 70% of the damage. So
So it'll only do 7 damage.
That's confusing.
So basically, it'll now do less damage when attacking multiple targets. The bounces. So basically, you know, if you're a Moon Knight, now you really want to try and hit the targets instead of the onks, if you can, because your
I think
bounces are
that's-
doing less.
I think that's a good change.
I like it because it makes him not as OP for such a low skill character, and it
Yeah.
makes them have to rely more on aim than they had to previously.
Yeah, that's
So,
why I think it's
I
a good
like it.
change.
Especially
Like, it
because
sounds like a lot, but I feel like it's good.
yeah, and I thought I already thought he was pretty cracked for a low skill character, so I like that they're kind of upping the floor a bit.
Hey, can we lower Squirrel Girl's nuts, please?
I wish, bro.
All right, Johnny gets 2 buffs.
Also, just so you know, because you asked me to try to not read stuff, I have it on my second monitor. So I'm like
Okay.
not really looking.
Okay. Also, Johnny gets 2 buffs. Let's go.
Woo!
So, first one is the thing that we have all been asking for. The dive cooldown has been lowered. So it's not 20 whole
Yay.
freaking seconds anymore. It's 15, which is way better. So
That's
basically,
a
way
lot
better.
better.
in a minute's time span, you can
For that.
launch 4 dives, not 3. So that's awesome. Because
I
that's
never
his big
understood why it was
burst.
so long in the first place.
It used to be 12. But then people are like, bro, anytime I dive, I die. So then they gave him bonus health with it, and then they compensated with 15 seconds. And then when he got nerfed to the ground, they upped that to 20 seconds, but he kept the bonus health, and they reduced the damage on the dive. So
Great.
now they're course correcting a little. It's like, okay, yeah, let's go back to 15 seconds. Not the 12 it was before, but you know. So by the way, if you see the flaw there, with people saying like, oh, you know, they wanted the bonus health because they were dying when they dived. It's because they were diving in the
Yeah.
middle of the team. You're not supposed to dive in the middle of the enemy team. I think that's obvious. You're supposed to use it to pick off people. It's supposed to be a like a burst damage thing you do to like one target, maybe two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then his plasma body, so his shift ability, the cooldown is they took off 2 seconds of it, which is nice. So now you can
Okay.
do it.
That's
So
really nice.
it's not 10-second cooldown, it's 8 seconds. So pretty good.
Yep.
It'll just be a lot more fun to play, and I started playing him this season, so great, awesome.
Well,
Namor gets a buff. I don't really think he needed one.
I
I don't really
Okay.
think he needed
I don't
one.
think he needs a buff at all.
I don't think so either, but sure.
I think he's already pretty damn good, especially this season, with all the dives running rampant. So his aquatic dominion, so that's his squids. The cooldown reduction granted when he left clicks, so his primary, you more you hit people, the more it shaves off the cooldown for the squids. So every time you hit someone, instead of a 1 second reduction, it is a 1.3 second reduction. So he can get his squids back faster the more he left clicks people. I'm not a big
Okay.
fan of that, even as someone who plays Namor.
No, that sounds.
I think his squid cooldown was fine as is,
Mm-hmm.
because he has a
Yeah,
very low
I
skill
agree.
floor.
Especially considering how many people don't shoot the squids.
Yeah, and he already had, like I said, he already had a pretty low skill floor. He's a 2-star hero, I'm gonna skip Black Cat for the end of Duelists, but Phoenix,
Okay.
our prayers are answered. She gets nerfed. Let's go.
Yay!
Finally.
So her self healing got cut in half.
Good.
Mashallah. So the self healing provided by her sparks went from 10 per second to 5 per second. And her cosmic flame damage, the fall off is adjusted from basically at 30 meters, it's the maximum damage fall off is now 75%. And now it's going down to 65%. So basically, you got to be closer if you want to 2-shot people.
Good.
Mm.
Yeah, very nice, because I'm fucking
Okay,
tired
that's
of getting
really good.
cross-map 2-shotted by phoenixes.
Same.
So, yeah. So that's awesome. That's good. I really wanted a nerf for her because she has been running rampant this season. It is very annoying. Star-Lord, after all the buffs they gave him, they're finally like, okay, maybe he needs a nerf. About time,
That
honestly.
is fair.
I had so
I don't
much.
want him to get birthed. Birthed?
Birth? Give birth!
I don't.
He
want
had been
him to
very
get
annoying
nerfed.
this season.
He has, but he's been really fun to play.
So they're similar to Phoenix. There's his left click, his primary fire, damage fall off. At 25 meters, is going from 65 to 50. So at 25 meters, you're doing half the damage. So you
That's
remember, it's a
annoying.
big spray. So now you got to be even closer if you want to hit the full thing.
Darn. Okay.
Obviously, it says it does not affect his ultimate ability. I think it's pretty obvious. But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, pretty annoying poke duelist getting nerfed. Cool. Now Black Cat. Now, I was expecting her to get a nerf. I'm just
Yeah.
going to tell you right now, Shan, she is unplayable now. She is the new Widow. She is the new
Oh,
John
boy.
Storm. They gave her, I counted it up, like individual, depending on how you count it, they basically gave her 8 to 9 nerfs. That is
Jeez,
absurd. I 100% blame, first of all, the streamers who are fear-mongering about her, and
Yeah.
like, let's be real, most Black Cats do awful. I have only seen one good Black Cat in the entirety of last season and this season.
I wish I could say the same.
She's almost as hard as Spider-Man to play, you know?
Mhm.
And
I mean, hey, listen, I wanted her nerfed because she was hard to deal with. I didn't want her gutted.
yeah, and here's the thing, Shan. What are the two things people always complained about with Black Cat?
Her invisibility and her iframes.
They didn't touch either of those.
No?
They nerfed
lovely.
every other part of her kit, but they didn't touch those two things.
Because those were like my big problem.
Yes, and it's ridiculous. It's like it's basically like if they touched everything about Hawkeye other than the fact that he could one shot or something like that. Or if they
That's
touched
crazy
everything about I don't know, what's another thing? If they touched everything about Invis other than her self shield back when she was broken. That's basically what they did here.
Oh
And
boy.
it kind of it really basically is just another John Torch. And I hope they course correct faster than they did John Torch, because it took them like 5 seasons to correct him. Like now he's
Yeah.
finally like getting proper buffs, and he's probably like gonna be decent again. But like I it's been 5 seasons of him being dog shit.
Well, so about you wanting to learn Black Cat.
I wanted to get her a legendary skin. Not fucking happening anymore. I might
See, it
take
was
her off
funny
my
'cause
Shrek
after-
squad.
It was funny because people were like, "Wow, they gave Black Cat a legendary skin so fast. She's totally getting nerfed." Everyone kind of saw it coming. I didn't expect it to be that bad though.
Yeah, so she's basically like just dead in the shot dead in the Bronx. So I don't know how.
Maybe it's not that bad. Read them out to me.
So I don't know how familiar you are with her kit, but here's the thing. So she has 2 dashes, right?
Yes.
So they're taking 10 damage off each dash. So
Okay.
that is not big. So taking 10 damage off things is not as big for poke characters, but for dive characters, it is. Because so one character you do play a lot of dive wise is Spider-Man. If Spider-Man's combos perfectly kill certain enemies, if you take 10 damage off, that absolutely screws over Spider-Man. It's the same thing with
Yeah.
Black Cat. Her combos rely on her ability to do precise damage combos in a specific window of time.
Mm-hmm.
And so 10
Yeah.
damage off, it's not the worst thing ever, but it is a big deal
I
because
was gonna
that
say,
screws
it's
over
it's not-
It's not great, but it's not like the worst thing.
basically you'd have to rework a combo if you wanted to, deal a lot of damage. The big
With all
part,
the other stuff she has, I feel like you could still make it work.
so here's the big part that the real kicker with this specific nerf. They remove a charge from her dash. She had 2, now she's getting 1. The issue with that is you would use a dash to get in and a dash to get out. Now you only have 1. Now they were like, oh, well, just reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds. So you have 1 on an 8-second cooldown instead of 2 on a 10-second. That 2 seconds really means nothing when she only has 1
Yeah.
now. So
No,
basically,
Yeah.
you have to wait a whole 8 seconds to use another dash.
How are you?
I'm sorry, but there's no way you can use her like that anymore because
I-
your dives
Yeah.
aren't gonna take 8 seconds. if
No, because
if your
that's-
dive takes
yeah.
8 seconds, you're playing the character wrong. So basically, you
How are-
either have to decide you're going. And by the way, just to remind you, her dashes are her biggest way of gaining fortune because every single enemy hit with her dash gives you 150 fortune, and there's no upper limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you're not only reducing her damage, her ability to escape, but also her ability to get fortune. That's 3 things in one nerf. So, and that's just the first.
I'm just trying to think how you are supposed to go in and kill someone and get out.
So basically, you have to rely purely on your ability to use your invisibility to
I know,
escape.
that's what I was thinking. It just makes the invisibility even more of a thing.
So yeah, that is just the first nerf, and
You
it's
go,
already
you
really.
dash in, pray that you kill them, and invis away.
Either that or you
Yeah.
invis to them and then dash away. But then you are wasting your ability to get coins on the dash out because you're not dashing out through them. You're going to dash away from them. So
Yeah.
it would basically you'd have to use it on the way in if you want to get any coins. But anyways, that's the first one. So the second one is with Fan Pursuit. So that's the thing with iframes. Her right click
Yep.
then E. They're not touching the iframes. They're just removing 5 damage from them, which is ridiculous. I
cool.
would honestly rather them just remove the iframes personally,
Yeah, really.
because I just
I would be totally fine with them having not touched the dashes. Just remove the iframes from the Phantom Pursuit.
now the iframes is
Yeah.
obviously a really good part of her kit because it helps you avoid, like, say you're diving a Punisher, you can avoid the shotgun by doing that. Say you can also use it kind of like what am I thinking of? But you can I guess kind of use it like Blade's block ability. Instead of blocking, CC, you could block damage, so you could use it to avoid a Scarlet Witch ult or an Iron Man ult. You could use it
Yeah.
defensively. So that's a great thing about it. But I would rather take that, just removing the iframes from that ability, than all these nerfs, and we're just getting
Yeah.
started. So that's another 5 less damage that you deal. So that's 15 less damage. So 10 from the dash, 5 from the pursuit. So you're really screwing up her combos. Now here are the 2 big ones. So her shop is just absolutely getting obliterated. I don't know why anyone would use the shop other than for her invisibility now, which is the thing people complain about. So they're upping the cost of the cleanse, which was super situational, so I don't know why it needs to be 100 more coins. The portal, which was also extremely situational, I don't know why that needed to be 100 more coins. And the fish, which was very useful, but it's useful for helping your team. So they're basically making her play more selfishly because it's 100 more coins to use the thing that is anti-dive.
Yeah.
Like, what? So you just basically want Black Cats to never peel now, is basically what they're saying.
Yeah, literally.
So Black Cat was great because she was a dive that could peel very well because of the fish. Now they're making that more coins. So they're discouraging you from peeling as Black Cat, which is ridiculous. And here's the worst part of this shop nerf. So you know the little flame that would reveal people and it was 100 coins? Yeah, it's now 300 coins. And guess what? It no longer has wall hacks. So what's the point of buying it?
I was about to say, what does it even do then?
So basically, you would, instead of throwing it on a wall and you can see through the wall, if you wanted to see the enemies, you'd have to peek the enemies, throw it in their room, then you could see them through the wall, but
Oh,
they'd
okay.
see you throw it and they're just gonna break it.
Yeah.
By the
they
way,
can
it only
see
has like
through it.
it has about as much health as an Ankh does, so you can break it like super quick. So basically, it's basically pointless because you have to peek them to be able to have wall hacks. Which,
Cool.
yeah, no, it's basically pointless now, and especially again, they tripled the cost of it. So like, why even bother using it anymore?
There's like no point now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is they absolutely gutted her ultimate. So they
No.
reduced the dash targeting distance from 60 to 40 meters. That's fine if they didn't
Yeah, that's
already
fine.
obliterate everything else about her kit. But that's not all. That's not all. So when you participate in eliminations, it no longer refreshes the remaining duration of the ultimate. Instead, it adds 3 seconds. So instead of getting 10 seconds
So
back,
it's-
you get less than a third of that back. You get 3 seconds.
So it's not like Bucky anymore. It's more like Iron Man's E.
Yeah, so basically you have to basically wipe everyone out immediately. Otherwise your ult gets wasted. So
That's so frustrating.
and that's not all, by the way. That's not all. So her ultimate, you dash to someone, and then you can hit Q again once you're next to them to do a slash, and that's the gotcha part, right? And
Yeah.
it does a percentage of the enemy's health, so it does more damage to tank, less to squishies. They're removing the percentage damage. So instead, it does just a base 70. So the base damage was from 30 to 70, but they removed the percentage part. So, yeah. Basically, you kind of have to. That part is basically screwing you over against tanks. So basically, you kind of have to be like Bucky and save them for last. And even then, again, now you have 3 seconds to kill a tank. It's like without the percentage damage.
That's really annoying, I will say.
Mind you, by
Feel
the
bad
way,
for Black Cat players.
by the way, mind you, 3 seconds is absurd. First of all. Second of all, Bucky's ultimate, you have 7 seconds to kill someone. And then you have another 5 to use the ultimate after it refreshes. So that's 12 whole seconds you can spend in between targets. It was harder to pull off than Black Cat's because you couldn't, like, dash over to people and you didn't do percentage-based damage. But I would rather take Bucky's 12 seconds over now you don't have percentage and you have 3 seconds to do it. So now it's, instead of being a better Bucky ult, it's just a terrible, worse version of a Bucky ult. Bucky's ult's probably like 3 times better now compared to this.
Yeah?
I feel really bad. I mean, I think everyone agreed Black Cat could do too much, but you didn't need to do all this.
I always said, you know, she had some hard counters if you actually freaking, you know, played things right. It was the same thing with, like, Hawkeye. Like, he has fucking hard counters. Stop whining about it, you know? Play Spider-Man. Play Angela, you know? And now against Black Cat, you know, you play Thing, Namor, Devil Dino, you know? But instead of actually, you know, trying to counter things, the community would rather whine and bitch and say, she's too OP. And I 100% blame content creators for this because they were fear-mongering about her and saying, oh, you know. And that's...
They really were.
And this is my problem. It's like... And the same thing happens, you know, to another character that's getting nerfed this season, by the way. It's because of content creators playing in Eternity and Celestial complaining about the character that they got nerfed. And that one is a little more close to home for me. But
Yeah.
that's Duelist for you. Most of these are great. Daredevil ones, I'm like, eh. And the Black Cat one just completely just make the character the widow of dives. So you'll actually have more luck playing Panther than Cat.
I hope they fix her.
I was so looking forward to learning this character, and now I just don't want to bother.
Yeah, same.
But anyways, let's move along to tanks. There's only 4 as usual. They usually only do 4 for tanks, or 9 sometimes. But
Yeah.
Angela.
Saw this one.
So I love this chick as a Angela main. So they basically are saying, man, we fucked up with our nerfs. She didn't need nerfs, which I agree. She didn't need nerfs. She just like Black Cat, she was a very high skill character. She's the highest skill tank in the game. And to be able to, she has really hard counters. So nerfing her made no sense. You know what nerfing her looks like? Plain Thing.
Yeah.
Play Thing, and she can't play, basically.
Or Dino with his laser.
Yeah. But anyways, they're reducing her Assassin's Charge cooldown from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. Now, you can't spam it because you still need to wait for the energy bar, but what this does is if you screw up a dash and then cancel it, you don't have to wait 6 seconds, you wait 4 seconds. That's nice. You have more, basically, room for error.
Yeah.
And then the really big one is her shield. So her shield got nerfed by 50 health points. Now they're reversing that, but they're making it even better now. So her shield recovery rate is going from 50 per second to 60 per second. So her shield recovers faster. And the cooldown on her shield, so it also has a cooldown as well as, you know, like, even if it's full, if you take it down, you have to wait 1.5 seconds to use it again. Now, it's just 1 second.
Realize that.
It's just 1 second now. So you can literally just put it up, take it down, put it up, take it down. So great. Her shield is like the best, like a big part of her survivability, and then so buffing it is really good for her. I'm very
Yeah.
happy about that because the biggest issue I've had with Angela is her survivability. But yeah, so very happy about that as an Angela player. Very happy, I will say. I'm always like, oh, I need to start playing other tanks, and they just keep bringing me back to Angela. So I can't complain though. She's my favorite one to play. Anywho, Devil Dino is already getting nerfed 3 times.
I'm not surprised.
Poor Dino.
I will say I don't really agree with the nerfs. I think what they should have done, if they wanted to do anything, was nerf the grab, but instead they nerfed everything but the grab.
Oh,
of course.
because that makes sense. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, they're the same thing to Black Cat, same thing to Gambit. Oh, speaking of, there's more Gambit nerfs. Anyways,
No.
Not surprised either.
Stop! You're lying. What even is there to nerf anymore?
Well, everyone complains about his ult, so maybe they finally will have done that.
His ult already gets nerfed.
yeah, they already nerfed his ult twice. They're doing it again. Yay.
They nerfed his ult twice. He does not need more nerfs.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
spoiling it
everyone
right now.
still complains about it, so.
Here's my thing. I think Marvel Rivals players are just never satisfied until you nerf a character to the ground.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what they kind of just seem to do. And I just think that the devs, instead of listening to the players, just need to play the game themselves and, figure out what needs buffing and nerfed. But I am 100% against. I don't care what, even if it's freaking the worst character, my least favorite characters like Phoenix and Squirrel Girl. I don't think any character needs to be nerfed into the ground. Every character should be balanced. And nerfing a character to the ground, even if nobody freaking likes them and they get banned every game, I'm sorry, but like, that just, then what was the point of putting them in the game in the first place?
Yeah.
But anywho, that little rant aside, here's the Devil Dino nerfs. So the one that I don't care about at all because it really doesn't matter is they're having the bleed effect. So it's from 3% down to 1.5%. Really, it doesn't make that much of a difference. The bleed, you barely notice it. It just kind of sucks, but it's not that big of an issue. They're lowering the damage to that.
That's fine.
So
It's okay.
next thing is the shield. The shield cooldown is going up by 2 seconds. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. I don't think that was needed. I think if anything, if they wanted to nerf the shield, I think they should have nerfed the shield's hit points, not its cooldown.
I agree.
I don't think they should have upped its cooldown. I think they should have nerfed its hit points instead.
That's fair. I agree.
Because basically it's now still going to be an issue. It's just going to be 2 more seconds you have to use it. So it's like, cool. It's still going to block off all healing for like the 6 seconds it's up.
Yeah.
But anywho, and here's the real one that I really don't like about it. And this is, as an Angela player, by the way, they're removing the knockdown effect from the beam.
Wait.
That's a weird one.
So now, basically, the beam is short. So a lot of the time, if you were getting hit by it, you were probably out of position in the first place. So it's punishing flyers, especially ones like Iron Man or Torch. You should be decently high. It was punishing them for being out of position. And now you don't get to do that anymore. And so now, basically, the beam is pretty useless. Other than just hitting people slightly farther away than you can melee them. So, because it already did pretty shit damage.
Yeah.
So really it's like, so now we can't punish flyers for getting out of position, so what's the point of this damn beam in the first place? I don't know. It's really stupid. I don't like, I would really, if anything, I think they just need to rethink the character and sit on it Yeah. But overall, I don't really like it when you nerf a character right after they come out. I think the community needs more
Yeah.
time to play against that character and play with that character.
I agree.
I was fine with the other two, but the beam one is I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Anyways, Mag gets a buff.
Hey!
Yay, Mag!
So his ultimate is becoming more potent. You get an extra whole second that you can hold it, which is nice.
That is nice.
And they increase the damage by 50. So,
Okay,
yeah, great.
that sounds good to me.
That's really nice.
Time to punish more Punishers and Cloak and Dagger players. Let's go. So yeah, I'm #1 mag player. Gets to mag dump people more. Let's go. Rogue is finally getting a buff.
Yay!
Finally.
So, her Fatal Attraction, that's her shift ability, they are taking 2 more seconds off the cooldown. So, originally it was 17 seconds, they took it down to 14, now it's 12. That's very
I
nice.
can't believe it used to be 17. That's crazy.
I know.
I know. That seems like so long.
When she came out, she was cooldown hell. And she still is, but it's better now. 2 seconds off that cooldown is nice because that's one of her best abilities, that shift, because it pulls people in, you know? So it helps you, because you're a brawler, so you don't want people to get away. And then the other thing they buffed is her defense stance. That's her right click. So, which is a very slept on ability. So it helps
I was
you.
gonna say, to be honest, I usually only use that to do the punch right away.
So
Yeah.
it's a very slept on ability. It actually, if it charges up all the way, so there's the stamina meter, and then there's this little meter that goes more green, the more damage she takes. That's actually the most damaging ability in her kit, and nobody realizes it. If you charge it up all the way, it does like 200 damage or something like that. They're upping the damage even farther.
See, I remember that. I just thought, like, with how fast it goes, it wasn't really worth it.
So basically, the stamina goes down slower. So it's, instead of 60 per second, it's 50 per second. And the damage conversion rate is getting a 20% buff from 35% to 55%.
Ooh, that's really nice.
So you could probably
Okay,
do
does
like 280 damage. You could probably one-shot a Luna with it. If you
I
got
will
full
need to-
bar, you
I
probably
will need
one-shot.
to not immediately punch now.
Yeah. No, it's... Yeah, I only use it to immediately punch if I'm trying to like use it to like get out of spawn, you know.
Fair enough.
So I use it is the short dash, you know, helps. It's like Thor, you know, you can spam it to get back to the point. But yeah, no, it's a very slept on ability because it's one, her best way of not dying, and two, her highest damage ability. So it's getting buffed farther now. So yeah, I'm very happy about this.
Yeah.
Because she really needed a buff. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping she's a lot more meta now, and that I can play her more since I just lorded her. But I will say they are nerfing her team up as compensation, which I'm fine with, honestly. You know,
Yeah, that's fine.
we're not going to be seeing
And
as
to be
many
honest, I
gambits
didn't feel like it
anyways.
really did much unless you combined it with Gambit Ult anyway, so.
I disagree. I think it was really good with Gambit Ult, but I think it was pretty good to begin with.
Fair enough.
Like I've also played a lot more Rogue.
Yeah.
But they're basically reducing the percentage damage dealt per attack from 3% to 2%, and they're reducing the spell field healing provided from 55 to 25. I think most people forgot that it even heals allies, but yeah,
I completely
does.
forgot.
It's because no one ever fucking goes near you when you play Rogue.
Allies?
Yeah, well, it's because no one ever freaking plays next to you when you play Rogue. So
Yeah.
it never really came into play, so I really don't care. The only time it's ever happening is if you're diving with like a Thor or something. But
Yeah.
anytime you play Rogue, you're probably not getting a Thor, you're probably getting a shield. So it really never came into play.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I'm fine with that trade-off. Permanent buff to her for a temporary team-up, loss. That's fine to me. Strategists. Cloak and Dagger are getting 2 buffs.
Okay.
Again, this is I'm okay with it, but here's the thing. Again, my issue is that in lower ranks, Cloak and Dagger is like one of the best healers. But people in like Celestial and Eternity say that Cloak and Dagger is like one of the worst healers in the game. So that's why she's getting he is getting buffed, I think.
I just hate that. I don't hate the buff itself. I just hate that so many things are based around like 2% of the players.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. And then the next thing is going to make that even worse. But anywho, so Cloak and Dagger's buff, they're a Veil of Light Force, so that's the Dagger's E curtain. The healing buff, so you get like a healing boost when you do that. It's going from 15 to 20 now, so they get more healing boost. And then the Light Force...
I don't think that's too bad.
And then the Light Force Dagger, which is Dagger's primary attack, when it hits allies, it does less single target healing, but the spell field does more healing now. So, I didn't learn this until like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but the left click from Dagger, I thought it was a single target. It actually creates a spell field around that does a healing thing.
I guess I knew that, but I never knew that was why. Because you know how I would tell Dash to go close to someone and heal them, and it would bounce back to her? I thought that was just because it would bounce back to her because they were full health.
Nope. It's not a bounce thing. It actually does. If you look on the ground, I encourage you to like go in practice range, go Cloak and Dagger. There's actually a ring on the ground that will appear when you heal someone. Okay. So she's actually an AoE healer, and I had no idea.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
So they're lowered her single target for more AoE, but the AoE also heals the person. So basically, you're still healing the same amount to one person, but the AoE is more. So she has more AoE healing now. So
yeah, okay.
So 2 buffs.
I'm fine with those. Those aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah. So here's what I was talking about, Shan, when I said I freaking despise this idea that like pro players get to dictate.
Well, I see Ultron, so I can already imagine where this is going.
He's getting 3 nerfs.
Why?
Because in Celestial and Eternity, pro players, it's all triple support, and everyone complains, Ultron's broken at triple support. He needs nerfs.
Then don't play triple support.
I know, it's like, here's my problem, is that these pro players complain about triple support, and then they ask their team to play triple support. It's like, you are the problem. I'm sorry, but I as a OG Ultron player, this pisses me off, because if you ask any person in Quick Play or the Metal ranks or anything, they're going to say that Ultron is crap. And as a Lord Ultron, I have 40 hours on this character. I'm a really freaking good Ultron. But he takes a lot of paying attention and a lot of tech to play properly in 2 healers. Calm.
And also, if Ultron is so good in triple support, how about you get some hit scan to deal with him so that he's useless?
Literally, yeah, I mean, the thing about Ultron is like, bro, go Angela, go Spider-Man, go Hela, go Hawkeye, go Widow even. He's done. Punisher. Freaking... so let's say Devil Dino, but they nerfed his laser. Bucky. Anything, man. Iron Fist. Like, go any of those. And he's dead shot dead in Detroit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so yeah, this one pisses me off because I've been playing Ultron since he was garbage, and I got really good
Yeah.
at him. But then they buffed him, and I was super optimistic that like Ultron was going to be in a good spot. He felt so balanced.
Yeah, he did. He was finally there.
Yeah, I could actually play him in 2 healer comps and like out heal people. Now they're nerfing him 3 times. So here's what's happening. So they're reducing the distance he can have drones. So it was 35 meters, now it's down to 30. And you have to remember that Ultron is a character in the sky. So this is not 30 meters on a flat plane. This is 30 meters diagonal, more than likely. So you basically have
So
to...
you can't go as high now.
You can't go as high. And you have to play closer to your team. The thing is, though, is that makes you, a lot easier target to see, which sucks. So basically, you have to have people babysit you more now, if you want your drones to stay put. The other option is probably what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go wherever I want, and if a drone goes off, then I'm just gonna have to pay more attention to my drones now to make sure they stick put.
Yeah. I mean, on its own, it doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah. Next thing is they're upping his ult cost by 300. Mind you, they already upped it by 300 to compensate for the second drone, get more heals. Now they're upping it by 300 again, so that's a total of 600 more than it used to be. So you're gonna get your ult less often now, which sucks because that's like a big healing burst to help people, and
Yeah.
then you can also use it as damage as well. So that really sucks a lot. But oh well, I guess. And then here's the one that sounds like the least bad, but actually is my least favorite one. They are increasing the imperative firewall cooldown by
His bonus health thing. Right?
yes, from 10 seconds to 12 seconds. So that is 2 extra seconds. But I cannot tell you how freaking often that every time that's off cooldown I use it, because
That is fair.
it really helps the survivability of your team. Not to mention they added a damage boost to it. So if someone
Yeah.
wants to ult, you give them the drone and then you damage boost them for their ult. Now you have to wait an extra 2 seconds every time. By the way, didn't even talk about the third use. When you're getting dived by Spider-Man and Angela, yes, your shift is great. But the way you can really help yourself survive is that right-click ability, because it gives you bonus health too. So that's 2 extra seconds I have to wait while Spider-Man is uppercutting me in the face.
Yeah.
So it not only is a disadvantage for your team, but it's a disadvantage for you as you're getting dived. So that's actually my least favorite one, even though it's just 2 extra seconds. That's actually the thing I'm most annoyed about, because
That's fair.
to me his right click is probably his best ability, unironically, especially since they give him the damage buffs. It's a movement speed buff too, but damage buff. It's really nice. It's really good.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize, but when you right click, you're giving them bonus health. When enemies are shooting at the person, it's removing the bonus health during that time, not their health, so they can get healing faster while that bonus health is being taken away. So that's Ultron's way of kind of compensating for his slow healing over time, is he can then get some burst healing in through when he right clicks. So yeah, it's just annoying. It sucks. So he's still playable, but
I was gonna say I will say I don't think these are too bad, but it's still annoying. They didn't need to do any of it.
basically I'm gonna have to play Ultron a lot more perfectly if I want to be a good Ultron. Adam, they literally are basically doing the same thing they did last time. Every single hit with his right click now shaves more time off of his E. They they're just making it even more now. So they're just
That's annoying.
So basically, He can use his E more often as long as you hit the right clicks, which is not that difficult.
Yeah.
Gambit is getting a nerf to his ultimate. If he wasn't already disabled, he is now. So I really hope they course correct with Gambit and, like, at the very least, just make his anything, like, the stuff they did to him that wasn't related to his ultimate. I would like that back, please.
I agree.
Because they nerfed his ultimate 3 times, but they also did other stuff to him. And it makes him, like, to me, the biggest nerf to him is his card bounce being, like, nerfed to only 2 bounces per person. That really freaking sucked.
I
Yeah,
agree.
and I mean, like, pretty much every time a Gambit nerf happened, people would be like, they're not addressing the alts, which is like our only problem with him. They didn't need to do anything else.
Well, they actually nerfed his ult twice, but people are still
Yeah.
complaining.
I know, but before that,
Oh, before, okay.
Well, he still gets fucking permabanned even though they nerfed his ult twice. So to me, it's always it's like the community has already made their decision. They're gonna keep whining about Gambit until he's removed from the freaking game. So like, it's really just like, yeah, I don't know. Because to me, the only good thing about Gambit at this point is his ult. Because he's not as good as healing as he's no Mantis. But, like, he can't heal as good as like other healers now. So it's like you only use him for his ultimate at this point, and now you can't even. Now they're nerfing his ultimate. So basically, the bonus damage is going down from 25 to 20, and the movement speed is going down from 40 to 30. That's what they're doing.
that's not too bad.
That's not too bad, but at the same time.
But you know, it's the same thing as, you know, Black Cat. It's compounding on all the other nerfs they already did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is like what, like 9th nerf probably at this point.
Right. I see my girl.
I'll get to her last, but Heal Pull is getting a slight buff. His Bouncing Bobblehead, continuous healing provided by the spell field, is going from 40 per second to 50 per second standard, and 50 to 55 upgraded.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
So people whine about Heal Pull.
And people stop calling him bad.
Yeah, he's already freaking actually really good. The
Yeah.
only issue he has, honestly, is self healing.
Mhm.
But a
That's true.
lot of healers struggle with that, honestly, other than freaking Cloak and Dagger. So yeah, and then White Fox. Mashallah, they are nerfing the radius of her Spectral Surge. So
I bet you're happy.
yes, it was absolutely broken
Yeah.
before. I don't care. I, as a person who loves playing White Fox, she's actually my favorite healer to play other than Ultron.
Ooh.
I hated that ability, and I thought there was
That is
no
it's very
reason
fair.
that Luna's Snowball is that tiny, and Mantis' Sleep Grenade, you have to like lob it, and then hers can go like 40 meters and have this big freaking massive hitbox. It's like, that's ridiculous. So it's going from 0.8 to 0.6. That is a lot better. So I'm very happy about that. You know, it makes it so she has a higher need for aim, because she was a very low aim need character. Now you have to aim a little bit better, which I'm glad. So overall, you know, a lot of stuff we were asking for happened, but a lot of stuff we weren't asking for happened as well. Obviously, the ones I'm most upset about is Ultron and Black Cat, especially the Black Cat one, because
Yeah.
she's useless now.
Yeah, the Black Hat one is crazy. Everything else, I'm fine with for the most part.
Yeah. So
Like even the things that I'm not a fan of, it's like, it's fine. But the Black Hat one's crazy.
The Black Cat one's so frustrating.
I don't know. This community needs to fucking get its shit together and stop whining about everything. Because by complaining, they are ruining the game. And they think they're doing the opposite, but they're not.
Yeah.
And the devs just need to stop freaking listening to the whining. Honestly, like, do not baby these people, especially these damn pro players. Like, they are literally. I get it that you know, YouTubers draw people to the game, or YouTubers, Twitch streamers draw people to the game and whatnot, but they are like 1%, if not less, of the people who play this game. I would argue a good 90% of people who play this game is quick play bronze, silver, gold. Like, that is like 90% of the people who play this game. Those are the people you should be catering to, not people who are in the top 500. So
Yeah. I agree.
which is why I want fucking Squirrel Girl there still.
Yeah.
That's so true. It's funny that she's not nerfed yet.
It's funny that they keep giving her buffs instead.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so hoping that next season we get balancing out Ultron and Black Cat. And that we don't get any more Blade buffs. I love Blade, but holy shit.
Yeah. I'm not excited to see how that goes.
I'm definitely gonna capitalize on it next season. I'm gonna start playing Blade again. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because if they're gonna make him broken, might as well freaking play him while he's broken.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just think it's hilarious that people just blindly believe these stupid streamers who just immediately put him in D tier every single season and just like.
He's so good though. If there's a good blade, you get shredded.
it must be true.
Well, big man, that means you have 3 days to enjoy Black Cat.
Nah, but I'm not gonna bother.
Fair enough.
If I'm gonna enjoy anything, I'm just gonna play Spider-Man. At least they're not touching my boy Spidey.
Hmm. Also,
Yeah.
something random here. Discord doesn't show the call time anymore. Like under voice connected and you know, like it says best trio, it used to say there used to be a timer. It doesn't show anymore.
Really? I never had that with a group chat. I only had that with the servers.
Yeah, I've only noticed it with servers as well.
Is it a plugin I had? That's possible.
Maybe.
But anywho, yeah. So
Also, I feel like my nose is getting stuffy. So sorry if I sound weird.
you said
No,
fine.
you're good.
Anywho, yeah, that's what's coming. A lot of great
It
I'm
is
things.
a plugin.
excited, but also annoyed.
Yeah, no, a lot of great things and some very bad things, but it is what it is. You know, you just gotta hope that they course correct. I was getting really optimistic because last season, so 8.0, the balance change is really minor. You know, so I was like, oh, great, they're finally learning their lesson. Don't nerf characters to the ground. Never mind. Never mind. But, oh well. I'm excited for the Angela, the Torch, the Magneto, all those changes. So, and I'm very excited to play Cyclops.